Yeah, I'm gonna just go like this, backhand, forehand. So these next couple ones, I just want you to, as soon as you hit your backhand, look directly at the ball contact. I don't really care what you do after that, just try and practice with it. So that's a perfect example of that needed to be a forward stroke. You need to hit that out in front of you. And you let it fall back to here and try to do this. Oh yeah, you absolutely did. You dropped it. No, you actually, you had a ton of time for that. Because I hit the ball slow. The problem is you don't. No, that wasn't it. It was that you don't recognize that as a thing. So you're defaulting to what you're used to. And that's why it's a thing. It's not like, what I'm saying is that stroke was possible. I agree that you couldn't, because you weren't in the mindset of hitting forward, which is why you didn't set up for it. But that would have been the first, like, the moment I see this, I'm like, oh, that is out in front. So that's too big a swing and too late. That's a forward hit as well. But because you're defaulting to waiting for it to get back here. Instead of like, do I need to go towards it or let it come back? It doesn't have enough momentum to come back. If it does, you're fine. But if I go like that, the moment you see that, you have to be like, forward. Because that's the problem. You're stuck because you're waiting for it to get back here momentarily. Before that, by the time you recognize what, because you're assuming every ball is going to have momentum back to you. and you can hit your normal stroke. But this is, in particular, is the ball you have to adapt to right away because it has no forward momentum.
Is it not a cross-step going forward, or?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just that the ball contact relative to your torso is out front and not back here by your side where you're used to hitting. So that's too late.
So what's late though?
Late is by the time you did the right stroke. That's good. You had time because the ball's slow.
What's late, the feet or the stroke, or both?
No, you did everything correct. The time it's the gap between when you recognized the ball and when you started to move towards it. It's a cognitive thing. When the moment, like the ball pretty much almost passed the net by the time you started to move. So it's how soon you recognize what kind of ball it is. Because you're waiting to see what kind of, is it coming deep or not? But the time frame that you have to assess that, you're taking way too long to make that assessment. So by the time you start moving, it's too late. Well, I don't want to say it's too late. Obviously you hit the ball and your footwork and movement was correct, but it could have been done like a quarter of a second earlier. You could have started it a quarter of a second earlier. So what it is, okay, so here, you hit a backhand. So I'm just going to go in slow motion, real time. So, boom, you hit a backhand, boom, right? Like, yeah, that was almost, but that's about right. But you got to make a decision between that ball coming and that ball coming.
I don't have a decision yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have to practice evaluating right off my hit, or as I'm hitting it, how hard, how deep the ball's going to go, based on the ball paddle interaction. And based on that, you decide what to do.
I don't know.
No, I'm not, I understand you don't know. I'm saying that's what you're trying to do. That's the exercise.
Is it okay for bias, one over the other?
No, you have to make it, you have to make it on the decision of what you see, not on, you don't predetermine it, other than you're going to hit a forehand. Right. Yes, that last one was really good. Matter of fact, you did the lag thing. You did this, you went snap. Yeah, like, much better. Oh, wait, like, yeah, start looking every single time you hit the ball, your attention goes right to my pattern.
I do, but I still can't.
I know, you're developing that. I'm just saying that this is where most of this stuff is like, by the time you recognize it, it's too late or too early. Or not too early, but too late.
I don't have views.
I know, that's what you're developing it right now. A little bit better, but your stroke, it takes too long to wind up. It's like here and then boom, right away. Like you're swinging way too slow. Good. Nice. Don't go too early. That's okay. Late.
When I see a slow ball, I wind up.
Exactly. You can wind up while you're going towards the ball. What you do is wind up and then you move. You got to be like, move, wind up, and it's relatively short backswing. Unless you have a ton of time and it's right close to you. Like, usually you have to go like, usually it looks like this and then boom. Like you snap at, it's more of a snap of your arm and less of a stroke like that. Yeah, Whoa, too long. Yeah, a little too long, but you got time on that. Nice, good. You moved a little bit sooner. Oh, there you go. Go. Oh, that was on. That was on. A little long. Yeah, you got to move your bounce like fast.
I don't know, I feel like I'm getting lazy on the,
No, you're just not primed to move. So what you definitely want to do here is do a little, like, when your backhand comes, you're not primed to move quickly. So you have to pre-load yourself, getting ready to move.
well, what I remember doing is if I detect a slow, low-pace ball,
Yeah.
I detect there's no pace. I start my stroke on where I'm standing.
Now move first, then prepare your shot, or ideally do both at the same time.
Like for example, the pop-up is there.
Right?
Okay, I hit the backhand. The pop-up is there. I'm here.
Right? You start your backswing,
I start the backswing.
and then you start moving.